All right, let's see what we got here in this Inquisitor. We got a Dominix 2 landing at about 38 kilometers off the target. We're going to need to turn on our disruption bubble real quick. Turn on our afterburner and get real close. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Got to get him before he warps off. 30 kilometers, 27 kilometers. No! Hello pilots and welcome to another Eve Echoes video. I'm Gromeyer and we're just going to get right into it and scan down an Apocalypse Navy issue, okay? No messing around today. I got some nice fights and I want to showcase it and just get it out there in a video for everyone to watch. Okay, so while I have taken down battleships, strikers, and faction battleships, I haven't taken down a Navy issue ship yet. So I'm still hunting Apocalypse Navy issue, Raven Navy issue, those kind of ships. And because they're so defensive, it's been really hard to take them out before help arrives. So hopefully with this fight and a few others, we can take some out for our first time. Okay, as I'm landing here in the anomaly, you can see no ship here. But because there's a bunch of loot around, this guy might just be AI ratting. So let's go ahead, no elite wrecks or anything like that. This isn't a special anomaly. Let's go ahead and scan down again and see if he's just AI ratting and he moved on to another anomaly by chance. Okay, open up here. That looks like one signal. There he is again, okay. So he is probably AI ratting, just moving from one anomaly to another. Let's go ahead and warp in here again and see if we can tackle him this time. All right, as we're landing, I can already see him pop up on my overview, so we know we have tracked him down into this second anomaly here. We landed a pretty good distance away, under 40 kilometers. That's always good because we have such a good speed with that afterburner. We can probably catch up to him before he realizes we're on top. So we'll turn on our disruption bubble here. We'll get a nice orbit around 17 kilometers and we'll just start laying in the damage and see if we can burst him down. The more damage we can do before he wakes up and realizes we're here, the better. I've been finding a lot more AI ratting battleships out here in nullsec lately. I think with all the filamenting I'm doing, when you land one or two systems away from them, they don't have time to react or time to read that alliance chat when they're kind of glancing at the screen to know that you're here. So it's been an advantage to kind of land one or two systems away and jump on top of them before they can get any intel. Okay, so we're doing some great damage here to his shields, although, the APOC Navy is not going to be a shield tank ship. They're usually going to be an armor tank ship, so I'm not too worried about that damage. What we really have to worry about is how much damage we're doing to the armor here. And you can see we decrease it by about half the damage, but we are still chunking him pretty good. He's red boxed us now, so we'll see if he's got any mods that can handle us, maybe some large neutralizers or something like that. We are outside of web range, so I'm not too worried about being slowed down. But you never know if they're going to be calling for backup. So we got to keep an eye on that local list and keep an eye on that top left here to see if somebody warps in to help him out. We're doing some great damage here. He looks like he's very soft, squishy Navy. I haven't really encountered one of these yet that just go down so quickly, but you can see we're already halfway through his armor. And I'm using my max damage implant setting here, so we got 84% extra bonus to us. Yeah, it looks like he's yellow boxing here, so he's ran out of cap. Red boxing again, so it's not much he can do at this point. As long as nobody comes in or warps in to help him, we've got a pretty good orbit set up and locking him down here. This is about that time where you wish you went 3 heat sinks instead of some shields, but the extra defense comes in handy in some certain situations. Okay, we got some more in local peering, so we might be calling for help here. We're gonna really have to watch the overview and see what warps in on us because we don't want to get caught. But I think at this point, if anything warps in, we're just going to try and finish him off and take the hit anyway, because this will be a is positive kill. Okay, yeah, we're into hull. Yeah, see, he's still ratting. He's trying to get the waves, I think, to spawn on top of us so that they can do the work for him, because there's no way he can hit us. Yeah, now that we're into hull, you can see our damage boost goes up. We're doing about double the damage we were when he was in armor, hitting for about 6,000 per hit. Got that Dragon Chant active for the extra DPS. And a couple more hits. Boom, very nice. That is our first Navy issue kill. Let's loot it up. Let's turn off our bubble and let's get to a safe spot so we can check out the kill mail. Okay, let's open it up here. And 7.9 billion, very nice. Using those short range pulses that couldn't hit us in any way. Only 1 armor repair and 3 webs that couldn't reach anyway. So very nice, and on to the next battle. All right, making our way through space here. We've got a 2 signal scan. We'll scan it down, see what we got. Atron 2 Interceptor. Okay, not sure why it hasn't passed through the system yet, but we'll go ahead and follow this scan and warp to the location. See if we can come up with something nice. It's possible this is a hauling scepter that just got stuck on a gate or something, or one of the bugs that has been plaguing the system gates is going off, but we'll warp in here, and yep, he's sitting right here on the gate about 13 kilometers off, so I don't know if he's AFK or not, but he's definitely not moving, so we're gonna go ahead and lock him down real quick, and we're just gonna activate everything in case he tries to warp off. Our bubble won't help stop him. Yep, real quick, 1 shot, very nice. We'll pick up the loot, see what he dropped, see if he was a hauler. Take out the pod just for the extra kill mark. Okay, looks like we got some exploration stuff, so we might have been doing some interceptor exploration. That's actually how I prefer to do my exploration too, but I try my best not to get stuck on a gate. So fortunately for him, we were able to scan it down and pick him up before he came back. Discounting my filaments, it's probably about 80 million in loot, so not too bad for an AFK kill. And, oh, venture? No, warped off. Okay, on to the next. Okay, back out here in nullsec, we're going to be scanning down, and another APOC Navy. Very nice. It's a good week for me. I've been finding a lot more of the Navy battleships, and we will warp in here. We got an empty local besides this 1 ship, so that's always ideal. Let's try to warp to him real quick, get a good warp in distance, hopefully, and we can lock him down and take him out with nobody nearby. Now, the last APOC Navy that we fought in this video was pretty squishy. It had no defense at all, so we'll see what we run into with this one. Okay, just finished a wave. So we're gonna warp in right here when the wave spawns, so it's gonna be even better because he's not gonna notice us popping up on the overview. And since we landed about 60 kilometers away, we are going to need that extra time to hide from the mobs up top. Yeah, we'll lock him up, put up our bubble, and should be able to speed to him within 27 kilometers and get him inside before he warps off. Most of these Navy ships do have a fast warp off time, faster than the normal strikers, but looks like we were able to get him locked in here, and we got our orbit going, so very nice. It looks like we might be getting lucky here with another AI radar. People thinking that they're safe in nullsec, deep in their space here, but with those filaments, you can get right in close and just completely skip all that intel. So I'm really loving this filament hopping around, using the red ones, the Needlejacks, to get right into the systems, or even just next door into a populated system before they can call you out. All right, we got a yellow box on us now from him, so it looks like he's woken up and seen that we are on top, and we are going to be locked up pretty soon. So we'll check and see what mods he comes up with, see what he's running, and anything we have to be aware of to adjust to. Okay, red boxed us here, and okay, tracking disruptor put on us. That's going to be a little bit different. You can see right there the icons for tracking disruptor in 2 different locations. So we're going to have to adjust, and we're going to have to see what happens to our weapon optimal right here. Yep, we're going to be shorter range, 8 kilometers only, and a 3 kilometer fall off. So we're not going to be able to fight outside of web range. We're going to have to orbit in closer. Always very important to pay attention to what mods and debuffs they're going to be putting on you so that you can make your adjustments. Otherwise, we're just going to be sitting out here at 17 kilometers, not able to hit them at all. So we'll get into a tighter orbit. I know these laser ships have a hard time tracking when you get right on top of them, so if we can stay underneath his guns, we should be okay as far as avoiding damage, as long as he doesn't have any other mods that might disrupt us. Now, this isn't going to be in our optimal range either, but because of that lowered optimal from the tracking disruptor, about 8 with a 3 fall off, we're going to be doing still pretty good damage, especially to a ship that's not moving quickly. Whereas he's going to have a hard time hitting us, still orbiting around at about, maybe 1.8, 2 kilometers. So we're still doing good here. Not too worried. We got him almost into armor, and that's going to be the difficult part. but still doing pretty good. So nobody's come. Tracking disruptor is on us. He is going to be wasting a lot of capacitor with that tracking disruptor, so that's okay too. Oh, we got a web on us. That could be from one of the NPC rats. Shouldn't slow us down too much, and we should still be able to keep underneath his guns. So doing pretty good here. Still at great capacitor, 70%. Okay, now we got 3 webs on us. Very interesting. Okay, that might have been part of his plan here. He put that tracking disruptor on us, make us come in close, and then be able to be within range of his webs. So we're going to slow way down here to about 200 meters per second, but we should still be able to maintain our orbit and stay underneath his guns. 4 webs on us now. Okay, we got 1 NPC probably and 3 from him. So this should be a good time to activate our dragon chant here and break that lock so that we can get his webs off of us and put up some more damage, make him relock and buy us some time here. Okay, looks like he's locking back up here, red boxing. He's locked us. And we got all 4 webs back on us. So we are underneath his guns. We're not going to be able to get out to our optimal. Well, he doesn't have the tracking disruptor on us, so maybe we should try and shoot for it. Maybe he's wasting too much capacitor and he doesn't want to use it. So we'll try and fight through his webs here with our afterburner. Put on our booster just to mitigate some of that damage. And if he's not going to use that tracking disruptor, then this might be a great time to get back to our optimal and break those webs. Okay, so you can see us slowly moving out here, 12 kilometers, 13 kilometers. Once we get to 14, you'll see those webs disappear. Yep. And we'll bump up to our normal speed, and we'll be able to heal up with our booster. He's got that tracking disruptor back on us, so we are going to have to come back in. But we'll heal up a little bit on our way in so that we can recover here. This is a tougher fight than I thought it was going to be. I've never fought a battleship with a tracking disruptor. Actually, a very good strategy that I hadn't thought about using. I could just approach in order to get some clean shots off of him, but I don't think that would be a good idea going against another laser ship. He probably wants me to approach and be in that straight line, not moving. So we'll continue to maintain our orbit. Okay, yeah, we're going to have to work our way back in here underneath his guns. We don't want to take this damage. 6 kilometers. We'll get in nice and tight. If we're going real slow, our damage shouldn't really be affected that much because it's such a big target. And we are just wearing him down over time. Looks like he's having capacitor issues here because he's not healing at all. He is out of armor. Almost into hull. Almost back to full health for us because he can't hit us. Even though he's got those 3 webs, he just cannot hit with that large laser tracking. Yep. We are just clean sweeping him here through his hull. Even way down here, orbiting at 2-3 kilometers. We are doing a great job here. He must not have any type of speed mod because he's not able to pull away from us. So just a typical AI ratting battleship fit. No speed, sit out at 100, and just grind things as they come to you. So that will not protect him against a PvP player. Nice, there we go. And nobody else in local, so we can take our time, go ahead and gather this loot. Get some greens. Yeah, let's get back to that wreck. Going a little too fast now that those webs are no longer on us. And we'll take care of the pod. And go ahead and turn off our bubble and get to a safe spot so we can check out this kill mail. Very excited. This is our second APOC Navy this week. Yep, let's get the rest of his loot. And we went from never killing an APOC Navy to getting 2. So good fight in local, if he's still here. And let's go check it out. $8.5 billion. Very nice. He's using the beam lasers, so he had no chance of hitting us when we were at that 0 kilometer range. Not a lot of defense, no repair actually, no repair at all. Unbelievable. And just 3 webs in the tracking disruptor like we saw, which was attached to us. So yeah, another really soft, squishy APOC Navy who thought that they could just AI rat all day. I'll take it. On to the next fight. And we're back in Delve, working our way up from Lower Fountain. and we're scanning down a target in an asteroid belt. Just as I hoped, we got another Orca, so we're going to go ahead and warp to him. Alone and local, that's how I like it as well. We're over here in Hell Space. Haven't been here in a long time, but we'll see what pops up, see what we can do, and see if he gets any allies to come and help. Alright, no cloak for our Orca friend this time, so we should be able to land, yep, right on 0, right on top of him. Hit that disruption bubble, and he's trapped. Very good. Okay, let's go ahead and lay in some DPS and see how fast we can kill this thing before help arrives. Honestly, that's the trickiest part of taking these things down. They can be very defensive. And whoa, that's a huge chunk. Look at his shields. That's unexpected. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and approach here in our optimal. Wow, I am very surprised at how quickly this thing is losing shields here. We are not that offensive. We have about 1800 DPS total, and we are already past half his shields. About a 6,000 damage hit there, 4,800. We're almost into armor on this Orca, and this is like fighting a Venture. Sorry, not a Venture. This is like fighting a Covet or two. don't want to be that exaggerative. Wow, okay, well, now we're into armor. We're actually doing a little bit less damage in his armor, so he might be armor tanked. But still, really huge hits. 3,800, 3,000. This is one of the softest, squishiest Orcas I've ever fought. Already into hull here. Nobody in local coming to help. Let's go ahead and zoom in here. I'm pretty sure we're going to take it out. Get a nice little cinematic view. Don't really get the opportunity to do this very often, but pretty sure nobody's going to come and help him before he explodes. Although I am starting to get nervous that this is taking a little too long. I don't know if he released any drones or anything. Okay, yeah, I don't feel comfortable with this thing on. Okay, yeah. Oh, we should have waited. Oh, we missed the explosion. Okay, well, not too bad. All right, that was a quick Orca kill there. Let's go ahead and take care of the pod, pick up the loot, see if he's got any drones for us to grab. Just some MK7 stuff, not even MK9, okay. So this is a really cheap fit Orca, and likely AFK. Yep, nothing really good here. No beaver mod, but we'll warp out of here and we will check the kill mail and see what we ended up with. Oh wow, 5 billion. That was unexpected. That must be all in the rigs because he has no defense fit whatsoever. It's got some warp stab attached. Some, yeah, medium. Oh, we got sea urchin drones that didn't drop. Okay, that could have been why. Well, not too bad. 5 billion for an Orca for about 30 seconds worth of a fight. I'll take it. Okay, on to the next fight. Alright, I'm back up here in AOA space. My Needlejack filaments love to land me in AOA space, but we do have a Rogue Bomber here. I have never fought a Rogue Bomber. I don't know why it's out here ratting, but let's warp in on it and see if we can catch it real quick. We do have 8 people in local, so we're going to have to be very careful of any help that comes to aid him, but I am excited to fight this ship because it is a shield tank ship, and we do EM damage, so we'll see how well we do against this new defensive battleship that has just come out. All right, let's land in this anomaly, see how far we are away from this ship. Way too far, but we are over 150 kilometers, so let's open up our scan real quick. Go back to the scan that we finished earlier, and we'll just go ahead and warp straight to that so we can get on top of this guy before he warps off. I don't know if he's AI ratting. I do know that the new nano cores that they released for these ships allow you to golden core them and make them AI ratting ships, but yeah, looks like he was yellow boxing us. But since our warp broke that lock, we're going to be right on top of him. We're going to want to get to our optimal. We don't need him webbing us before he locks on. So let's get out of that web range. Let's lock him up. And yeah, we got him locked in here. Okay, let's strap in. We know that these ships are a lot more defensive. With the new mod that comes out for the mid slots, it's going to make their shield boosters do a lot more healing if he has shield boosters equipped. We are doing some great damage here to start off with. Not sure if he's reacting to us jumping on him or not. Watching local here, we have 7 people in local now, 6 not counting myself. Yeah, we're doing pretty good damage here. As soon as we can get through that shield, this should fall pretty quickly. I'm actually pretty surprised that he's not healing through any of this damage. Okay, local list dropped a little bit, so that's good news. Definitely want to watch out for anybody warping in here. We don't want to get caught by a small ship that we can't lock down or get away from. But I do not want to let this go. This is my first time fighting one of these new battleships. Okay, +1 on local. Gonna swipe over to my chart there on the top left. You can see where it has blue and red. We know if there's any allies. There's not gonna be any allies. I'm by myself. But we can see if another ship warps in, it'll pop up right there as a 2 or a 3. And that's the earliest indication you can get that somebody's coming to help. Our capacitor's looking good. We're still over 80%. He is almost at 1/4 shield here. Doesn't look like he has a shield rep or he's AFK. Gonna turn on our Dragon Chant, really burst through that shield. We know that if he is going to be defensively fit, it's going to be a shield defense. So if we can get through that, he's going to take full damage to his armor, which we are going to need since we're doing EM damage. Okay, almost down. And we got more coming in local here. All right, we're still doing good damage into armor. Doesn't look like he's healing up at all. Dragon Chant is almost over, so we don't have that as an escape tool, but we really want to finish this guy off. Okay, we got +1 here. We got an APOC. Looks like another battleship landing. I think I'm going to take off. I don't want to get hit here. Let's approach the sun. Actually, you know what? No, we can do this.
You can do it! You can do it all night long!
We can do this. He's about 130 kilometers off. He's not going to be able to hit us with our tight orbit. We're going so fast. Let's lock him up and see what he does, but let's continue to maintain on this bomber, see if we can take it out before he gets in close. He could warp to his ally if they're in a fleet and get closer to us, but then he'd be caught in our bubble too, and we do pretty good against APOC strikers, as you've seen earlier in the video. We have more coming in local. Really got to watch the warp ins here. We're down into the bomber's hull. Let's hit our shield just so he doesn't have any way to nos us. Yep, doing really good here. We're going to take this thing out. Oh, we got another one landing here. What's that? Mauler Interdictor. That's not nice. I don't want to see that. That's a cruiser. Okay, it's about 130 kilometers off, though. I think we can finish this off. Let's get ready. We don't have the Dragon Chant to get away. Okay, come on. A couple more hits. Let's get ready to approach. Okay, go, 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 go. Turn off our bubble here. Let's get out of range. I don't care about the loot. We got the kill. I don't want to deal with a cruiser trying to lock me down. Oh, and another one. A lift just landed. Okay, let's get out of here. Warp, warp, warp. Come on, bubble. Come on, bubble. Turn off. There we go. Get out. Get out. And we're gone. Very nice. Whew, got a little exciting there at the end there, but we did get the kill. So let's get to a safe spot and check out our kill mail and see what we ended up with. Oh dear, we got one here. That is an Aeon. That is an Aeon and an unknown rift. That is the worst place for me to get to safety. And there's the interdictor. Okay, come on. Don't let me die like this. Let's get out of here. Ship stopping. Let's go. Oh, there's the bubble. He's not in range though. He's about 100. I warped in 100 kilometers off, so we're gonna get away. Okay, let's go to the planet. Let's hit our autopilot onto our safe spot, so they're gonna have to scan us down. And then we should be safe to check out the kill mail. A little bit more exciting than I needed that to be, but we got away. All right, now that our autopilot is going to activate here, we should be safe. Top up our shield, and let's open up and see what we ended up with. Oh, 7.8 billion for that rock bomber. My first bomber kill. So, oh my gosh, no shield on that thing at all. Why are you running this mod that gives you bonuses to shields and not using a shield at all? The new mod that came out is the Citadel mod. It gives you a bonus to your repping speed or your repping amount, and it just makes you into an incredible tank on those bombers. So to see him not using a shield at all is just mind-boggling, honestly. I might have to do a video pretty soon where I just fix people's fits, but we'll save that for another time. All right, making our way out of AOA space here, trying to get back to low sec. I am being chased by another Fiend, so I'm actually gonna turn around here and stop, let him catch up, and we'll see how this goes, Fiend versus Fiend. Yep, there he is. Okay, landing on the gate here. Let's just walk slowly back to the gate, see if he engages us. He is going to turn on his shield here. You know what? Yeah, let's turn around. Let's do this. Let's see how we go. Fiend versus Fiend. We'll try and maintain our orbit. I haven't fought a Fiend myself here. He's got 2 tracking disruptors on us, though. That's going to be really obnoxious. He only has 3 mid slots, so we know he's running with a warp bubble and 2 tracking disruptors. He's got no web, no scram. But those tracking disruptors are going to make it so that we just can't hit him with our orbit on. I don't want to do an approach because that's going to give him the advantage as well, also being a laser ship. So as you can see, yeah, 0 0 0. We're just, yeah, we could orbit really close, but I still think that because he doesn't have a web or a scram on us, we're going to be going too fast. And we got +1 in local here. Not sure what ship that is that's coming through, but I'm just not comfortable with this engagement here when I'm not able to do any damage at all. Looks like he's just buying his time, and I'm losing capacitor over time because he is landing hits and I'm not. So yeah, not feeling comfortable with this fight. We might have to just bail. Let's go ahead and just approach the gate. Let's turn everything off, and you got to know, oh, it's just a pod. Anyway, you got to know when you just don't have a good matchup, and when we got double tracking disruptors on us and he's even doing a little bit of damage to us, he's just going to wear us down over time, so it's not worth the engagement. So since his bubble is up, we're going to turn ours off, and we'll go ahead and just come through the gate here after our timer is over. I'm not too worried about him doing enough damage to us, so we turn on defensive mode just so that we can, kind of wait out the damage. But yeah, there's his tracking disruptors. He's going to disengage as well, but we're probably going to be able to get through the gate before he does because we turned our bubble off first. Yeah, looks like a draw. So that is Fiend versus Fiend, like Metapod versus Metapod.
Metapod, hardened like his.
Maximum hardness, Metapod.
Yeah, as much as I would love to stand around here and compare how hard we are, I think I'm just going to go ahead and warp through the gate now that my timer's up. And since his bubble is still going, we'll be able to... Yep, there's the timer. Okay. We'll be able to warp off, and we'll find another fight, a different foe. All right, we're scanning down another target in an asteroid belt. Let's see if we got a mining ship. Yep, another Orca. Very nice. We'll go ahead and warp to it. I'm glad we finished the scan. This is going to prevent it from being able to use that cloak to get away from us. So I always like to make sure that that scan completes. We know exactly what target we're warping in on. And we're not warping in on like a fleet of Rorquals or something like that. Always nice to know what you're getting yourself into. So we'll go ahead and land here in this asteroid belt. We do have quite a few in local here over in Meow space, so we have to be wary of anybody that's going to warp in and tackle us. But we'll see if we can grab this Orca before he warps off. Okay, so still there, not cloaking, and right here on 0 on the asteroid belts. Very nice. Turn on our bubble. Got him trapped. Okay, still mining, so we have caught him off guard. Let's get our approach going so he can't slow us down. We'll stay out of web range, and we will start applying the DPS. So definitely not as soft as the last Orca we ran into. This is more like how you would want to fit your Orca, with some shield hardeners, shield booster, and be able to take a beating before your allies can go over and help you. So much more beefy fit Orca that we're fighting here. We are already 1/4 into his shield though, and if we can get through those shields, we should be good to go. So definitely looking good. Nobody's warping in on us at this point. Kind of weird there, the top left, you can see it says there's nobody in the anomaly with us. There's no reds, even though there's one right here. Maybe that's because he's neutral and not red. Not sure how that works. Actually, everybody should be neutral. We'll have to figure that out. Maybe locals busted again. But yep, it's doing pretty good damage here. He's not using combat drones. We don't have a neutralizer hitting us, so I'm not worried about capacitor. We can approach to do a little bit more damage to him. Okay, looks like he's calling for help in local. So that is something we have to pay attention to. We want to be ready to warp away if anybody jumps in on us. So we're going to save the dragon chant so that we can get out of webs or anything that's going to slow us down from a larger ship. We're doing pretty good here. We got up to max charge on our implant, so we're doing maximum DPS to this Orca right now. Very defensive, only taking about 1,200 damage, 1,400 damage there. About half as much damage as the previous Orca was taking. Oh, we got a succubus. Nope, too small. We got to get out of here. Approach, approach, approach. Let's turn our bubble off. Oh, we just missed that cycle. That could kill us. We just missed turning off the cycle, and succubus is getting close. Oh no. Right into the path of the succubus was that asteroid belt. Oh no, he's got us webbed. That's awful. Okay, this is gonna be really difficult. Okay, yep, Orca's gone. We lost him because we were trying to get away. And we're double webbed. We can throw on our dragon chant here to break the web, break the lock. But he's going to be so fast that we're just not going to be able to pull the distance. We can get a little bit of distance here now that we're not webbed. But as a normal frigate is going to go, he's probably just going to catch right back up to us before we can warp away. We had a 30-second delay on our warp away time from using the dragon chant. So we wouldn't be able to warp away even if we wanted to. He's got the double webs. Okay, no, not scrammed, not scrammed. We are doing some decent damage here. Nope, now he's got us scrammed. Okay, yeah, we're just not going to be able to break away from this thing. Ah, one of the most frustrating experiences. Unbelievable. This is why I fear frigates so much, because you just can't go fast enough to get away from them. I don't have enough mid slots to run webs of my own to get the distance to pull away. So he can just orbit nice and close, get underneath our lasers, because we have that optimal of 16, 17 kilometers with a fall off of about 7. So we're just not going to be able to hit him with that tight orbit. And we're not going anywhere with double webs and scram. So we're just going to waste away. And the carrier is going to drop in here and put me out of my misery. Oh, what a way to go. I almost wish that I would have just stayed on that Orca and seen if I would have been able to take it out before the succubus got me low. But as you can see, just using our shield booster here, we're losing almost all of our cap. The Science-C is going to launch its drones from 100 kilometers away, and we will drop like a wet paper bag. But we will give a good fight in local nonetheless. Always make sure that you give thanks and appreciation to other players when they do well, because yeah, that was the one ship I did not want warping in and tackling me, and you can see it just had all the advantages to take me out. So good job, guys, on the tackle, and let's go ahead and start our cooldown and wait on for another fight. Alright, that'll be it for this video. We'll go ahead and check out our death mail here. Yeah, 1,200 insurance points on this Fiend. About 4 billion. Not too bad, though, considering we took out 3 battleships and an Orca and an Interceptor that was hauling before our loss. So I will take that as positive results And if you liked the video, if you want to see more of my fights, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, and I will be back at it in a couple weeks with more PvP content. Thanks for watching.